Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego City Explorer Diving Boat set. This is set number 60377. It has 182 pieces, and I paid $24 for this set. This set retails for $40, I believe. So $16 off would be 40% off. This is another set that I got on a really great deal. I had a couple sets that I looked at recently that I got for like 50% off. I have some other ones that I got at 30% off. This one was one I got at 40% off, and actually some of the other sets, the Lego City sets that released alongside this, like the Deep Sea Explorer thing and the one that's the big boat with the hull. I also saw some of those for 30 to 50% off as well. So I might be covering those in the very near future, but I did want to look at this one first. Interestingly enough, I don't know if it says anywhere. I think this floats. It will float in water. It does not say that it does not float anywhere. And usually for a boat like this, it would say somewhere that the model does not float, or if it does, it would say that it floats. And I can't find anything on this box that indicates it, but I'm pretty sure that it does. Either way, I'm excited to look at this one. And so in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I'll speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego City Explorer Diving Boat set, I wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. The first bag of pieces is for the first minifigure, the little underwater drone, and then in the next bag of pieces, we can start working on the ship, which is the majority of this set. It does have a little bit of internal details. There's some room for figures here, which is great. I like the color scheme on this a lot, and there's some neat little details in here. No stickers in this set, and I like this boat a lot, and I believe it floats. We also have that nice shark figure there, and then in the last bag of pieces we work on kind of the environment, the sea floor down here, which has some interesting and vibrant plant life and animal life, which is cool, and then we finish that up. So thanks, and now on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is the Lego City Explorer Diving Boat set. This is cool, and I still think it does float, at least the boat part of it, but I guess I haven't really confirmed that yet. But there's a good amount of stuff to look at in here, so we will get right into it. And the first thing we will look at is the minifigures. So you get 3 minifigures in this set, and they're all pretty good. So the first one is a diver. They have kind of an underwater camera here, it looks like, as an accessory. So it's in this nice blue color, which I like. Just has a couple extra pieces there. They do have kind of their scuba equipment here, which has kind of the helmet, as well as the like goggles and maybe some breathing apparatus, different things. We do have some tanks around the back, some flippers or fins for their feet. Looking at the face underneath is pretty basic. We do get an extra hairpiece though, which I really like to see, so that's good. And then the torso is nicely printed. We have just some different dials and gauges for maybe pressure and air and O2 or whatever. A little tube going up here, kind of a wetsuit design, a buckle across the kind of waist area. We do have a little bit of printing on the midsection, and then we do have printing on the legs. Looking at the back of this figure, we just have a little bit on the back, which is the zipper for the wetsuit, which is really nice. And this is a good minifigure, printing on the midsection, printing on the legs, some pretty good accessories here as well, which I like to see. So good to get that. I'm always happy to see an extra hairpiece, so when this person is maybe on the boat or something else, they don't have to have their scuba gear on the entire time. We get another scuba person. So I think the print is exactly the same. The helmet's the same. Flippers and the tank are all the same. But we do have a different face here. So we can take a look at that. So we have a little bit of a different expression there. This one does have an alternate face, which is nice. And this one also has a really cool hairpiece. Really nice color there. Good to see that. But everything else is the same for this minifigure as with the first one, which is still very good, you know, printing on the midsection, printing on the legs, and some good accessories with the extra hairpiece. And then we have one that's maybe for you know, piloting the boat or driving the boat or whatever, captaining the boat. So this one looks like it's a little bit maybe older than some of the other ones, just based on some of the extra details in the face. Kind of has this nice braided hair going back there. No alternate face for this one. This one wears a life preserver there because they're going to spend most of the time on the deck of the ship, presumably. But underneath that, we can see a really nicely designed torso with kind of the reflective stuff in there. I like the blue and white a lot. Nothing on the midsection, nothing on the legs. The back of the torso is pretty basic, but we do have just a little extra detail back there. So that is very good. I would say overall, minifigure selection of a set of this size, 3 minifigs, feels pretty good, and I like the divers a lot. I think they're good quality, and I like to see that. But then those aren't the only figures we get. We do get this stingray or manta ray here, which is in a really nice color, really great printing all on there. So this is a molded animal piece. It's all just one piece. They've had this mold for a little bit of time. I don't know how many are in this color. It's kind of like that sand blue, I want to say, but then has some really nice printing all along there. So that's very, very cool. We also get a hammerhead shark, which is excellent. It uses kind of the standard shark body, but then does have a different mouth here with the eyes printed on the side, and we can open the mouth up there. So we get a bit of a hammerhead shark, again, another molded animal. This one's 2 pieces instead of 1, but very, very cool. We also get a sea turtle or maybe a tortoise or something like that, which is good. Dual molded for the body and the shell there. We do have printing for the eyes, so we get that. And we get another one, a baby one, kind of an infant, but again, dual molded for the shell and the flippers, and then printing for the eyes. There are a couple other animals in here, but I'll get to those as we go on. So 3 minifigures, a shark, a ray, and 2 turtles, a bigger one and a smaller one, which is a nice selection of kind of aquatic life there. Then moving on to the builds, the first thing you build is this kind of underwater drone here. Really cool. We've seen stuff like this in other sets. I like the color scheme a lot. It has that same kind of like light blue and a little bit of the darker blue as well as the orange. This is printed. It's similar to like a classic space logo, but it's for the explorer or adventurer or whatever. So it's all about like the planet Earth and stuff. We have some lights going up here. We do have maybe robotic arms that can hold something, grip something. It looks like we have kind of a propeller on the back. So this is probably like a remotely controlled underwater device here. I would call it a drone. Pretty simple, but very good. I'm glad there's not a sticker there. In fact, there's no stickers in this set, which is nice. And then we will look at this next, which is sort of the ocean floor or the sea floor or whatever. And this is really cool. So it's a small build, kind of a landscapey type build. And there's a few things going on here. So we do have a treasure chest, which has a gold goblet in there or chalice, and then has some printed gold coins. There's actually another one studded down on outside right there, which is just outside of the treasure chest. So maybe that's part of what these explorers are looking for. This kind of feels to me like a bit of like a coral reef, but also maybe a shipwreck kind of deal here. It's not super built out. We do start with a couple of these just round plates here, build up a little bit on the back, add in the sort of archway there, and then we populate that. And underwater life sometimes has an interesting way of creating their own kind of ecosystems, and shipwrecks are something that can be an ecosystem for a pretty vast variety of life, if it's underwater plant life, or from very big to very small. And I think this does a pretty good job representing that. I feel like it's kind of a shipwreck thing because we do have the steering here. What do they call that? The mast, the this, the that. I don't know. No, the mast is the sail thing, right? But I don't know what we call the wheel, which would turn a ship, as well as the kind of treasure over here. Makes me believe that maybe there was some other remnants of a ship around the area. But then we also have some coral going on. I like this down here, which is the satin translucent, kind of sparkly there with the star, a little bit of plant life over here, a coral piece in kind of the coral color there. We have a pale yellow fish clipped to that. We do have the crab here, another animal thing, but smaller. And then this was interesting. This kind of looks like a sea anemone or something like that, which is found in coral reef, but I believe this is a broom, but just maybe not one that I've seen a ton. I don't think it's hair or anything. I think this is a broom, like the bristles of a broom or something like that, but it works really, really well here. It's nice and flowy, good color. We have another coral piece, different color than the one over here, with a different color fish, a little more seaweed, plant life stuff going on. This is pretty basic. A lot of this stuff is on jumpers, so this is on a jumper so it can come off really easily. These corals are on jumpers, and then this is on a clip there, so we can kind of move that around, and you can populate this out. I really liked having the kind of sea turtle up on top of the coral. Let me see if I can get them how I like to have them. Something like that. We can actually put the smaller one just below it, and it almost looks like it's like a mother and daughter sea turtle, or father and son, or whatever else. It's just some sea turtles that are kind of swimming together there, and I do like how they can be positioned to make it look like they're kind of swimming together, which is very nice. We can have the ray, somewhere over here or maybe underneath, and same with the shark could be kind of going through here, and we can use these animals to sort of make the scene feel more alive. But I do really, really like that. And then there's different things to kind of interact with here. As far as the characters go, the divers, the scuba divers, and the drone to maybe clean up some of this wreckage if that's deemed the appropriate thing, or just to study kind of this whole little biome here, or whatever they might call it, and this environment for all these animal and plant life, I think is all very cool. And then the main thing for the set is the boat. This is called the Explorer Diving Boat. So we can take a look at this. And like I said, I thought maybe this floats. And the reason I think that is because we do have this very, very large starter brick here, which looks kind of like a raft or like an inflatable thing. It's got a lot of surface area down below. It's got some hollowed out parts. It's pretty light, but it is one big piece. And when they do these big pieces, I think often they float. So we use that to start, and we start by kind of adding in stuff on there. There's studs kind of all the way down in there. We have a little bit of an archway at the back. We have some motors at the back here, twin propellers. These can be angled, which I thought was really nice. We also have a crane, or sort of a lift arm there with a chain. So this can be swiveled around. It can be articulated, bent, kind of drop this into the water to maybe, pull something up or to drop something down. This is a printed tile, which is very nice. On the edge, we kind of have some like seats or some places where the divers could occupy maybe before they hop into the water. So they do have these kind of friction pieces here, which minifigures can like stand on. And we also have kind of the essentially like a little crate or a bucket behind there. We also on the kind of the deck or the floor, we have a little bit of studs, a little bit of space, a pass through right here. And then underneath the top, we have a crate, like one of the bigger crates in here. Little kind of antenna on top with some lights, other lights kind of over on the side that you can spin around. I really like the orange, the blue, and the white here. This is a printed 2x4, which is great to get that. Have kind of the canopy here. We can open that up, and we have a spot for a minifigure to sit, some windows on the side, steering wheel, printed console there, and then we have the light kind of up front. So this is really cool. I'm gonna try to put these figures in here, perhaps how they would be kind of as part of this little expedition here. And one of the things I forgot to mention is we do have this on the back, which is a little kind of syringe or dart or certain thing there with the printed kind of medical thing. So this is maybe for emergencies for the crew, maybe it's for the animals that they might be rescuing or studying or tagging or something like that. So that's all really cool. And we do get the extra hair pieces. We do get the little accessories, so you can kind of put those in the crate a little bit. We can maybe put the flippers or the fins here in the little crate behind there, or in the crate in the middle, which is a little bit difficult to get access to just because a lot of this stuff is studded down, but not too terrible. I just wanted to take all of that off so we could maybe put this character kind of on the side here. I don't think they can sit down actually now that I'm thinking about it, but we could get them on the side if they're ready to take a plunge. We could get them on the rear here, and maybe they have their hair piece, and we can also have this person, in the back, maybe ready and geared up. So there is room for kind of all this stuff here, and that's all very good. I think it's helpful to have places to store accessories, the scuba masks, the camera, maybe the tanks, all of that different stuff. And now we have all the figures in here. This one's not studded down because it does have the flippers on, but that's okay. I don't know if there's a great place to connect this drone. I'm not certain if it's supposed to be something like this, which maybe this is carried on the rear here and then can be lowered into the water. I could see that being the case, which is nice. It kind of looks like that on the box. But then once this is down there, this could also be used to, maybe pull up some of this steering wheel for a ship or something else like that. And that's kind of everything in this set. There's a lot of play potential here just based on there's 3 instruction booklets. So one of them for like the little drone and some minifigures, one of them all for the boat, and then one for kind of the little landscape sea floor here. And there's a lot of little elements of this to make for some really fulfilling, really creative play. I think you have kind of all the necessary parts, or all the parts that I would want in a play set, and that includes these accessories and the extra pieces and whatever else here. I think it's excellent to get the hair pieces and excellent to get all the other accessories there. It's not the easiest to get that in and out. I'm not sure if it's intended to be taken out just like that, but you can kind of make it work. And I think this is really competently designed. I like the colors a lot. I like the theme. I think it's very cool to be able to like raise or pull the engines or the rotors or the propellers kind of out of the water, or putting them back down in. The crane is great play, piloting this thing. If this does float, which I think it might, Having this in potentially a bathtub or something like that might be really, really fun. And then some of the other elements here that might not float could, be played with underwater if that is how it's designed. Otherwise, there's enough here to really, I think, push the imagination and encourage sort of creativity to kind of make this your own. So I think this is really quite good. I'll show the extra pieces because you do get some, and you get a few. You do get an extra of all the like little translucent pieces for the lights. You get an extra of the coin with the printed crown, extra of the star. You also get an extra of the syringe in that nice kind of blue color. And this set is 182 pieces, and I paid $24 for it. So it retails for $40, which for less than 200 pieces, $40 is pretty much. It's not IP related, so it's not like the Disney 4+ Celebration Train, which had more pieces than this, more minifigures and the IP. But they did have the same retail price. One of the things when these kind of sets, I do take into account the molded animals, printed animals, the variety of stuff in here that is in this set is an extra cost, as well as the prints that are in here, even if they're used in other sets. And then this big piece for the kind of hull of the boat here for this ship is a huge Lego piece, and that's expensive to make. So that's a bunch of the value there too. Having this in front of me, $40 still doesn't feel great. It feels a little bit small. Maybe I would have liked a little more of some animals, or a little more substantial build here, or another kind of side watercraft or something, an additional minifigure. There are a lot of different ways that this could be added to make it kind of, I think, a better value for the money at its manufacturer's suggested retail price of $40. I got this for 40% off, so take $16 off of that and we get down to $24, and that's what I paid. For $24, again, it's less than 200 pieces, but 3 minifigures, pretty good quality, extra accessories, extra hair pieces, animal figures, if we do the shark, the ray, and the 2 turtles, plus 2 fish, the crab, get a little bit of a side build here, the big build here with all prints, and then a very substantial piece, one single piece for the hull of the ship. I think $24 is a great price for this. I think $30 would have been better for what I have in here if maybe this is, I guess, I don't know. Is this $15 because of that huge piece right there? Is this maybe $5 to $10 plus the animals, plus the side build, plus the minifigures? Maybe if I try to calculate it like that, kind of broken up individually as the parts here, maybe $40 does make sense. It doesn't feel great to me personally, but I didn't pay that, luckily. Very grateful that I was able to find this on such a steep discount, and I think I got a great deal. It might be that this makes sense at $40 just because of a lot of these elements that I mentioned, but I don't know if I was interested in it at $40. And there are some themes where I think the manufactured retail price is fine. Other times I buy it even if I think it's overpriced. Other times I look for good deals, and it's all just depends. I would say for this set, I'm very happy I got it on sale, and I really enjoyed my time with it. I liked the build. I liked talking about it. I think it looks good. I think there's good play here. So this is a good set. And I think that's everything. So if you would like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego City, maybe more Explorers things, some other like sea exploring or diving things, as well as like maybe some of the ice stuff, and they have the new like jungle stuff coming out, and tons of the Lego City sets, but then other sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. And then if you wanted to support this channel by sending money to the channel, you can do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description on my channel page, patreon.com/SoBrick. So maybe consider checking those things out. It does help me a lot. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.